My beloved child. A hidden truth has been surrounding your heart for longer than you realize. The silence you have been feeling was never empty, because someone has been carrying your name deep inside their soul every single night. The connection between you and this person has remained alive even while distance, confusion, and another woman stood in the middle of the path. The tears you never showed to the world were seen from above long ago. Every moment you felt forgotten carried a secret movement behind the scenes that your eyes could not yet understand. The love attached to your spirit never completely disappeared, because destiny kept pulling this person back toward your energy. A storm has been growing quietly inside his mind while he pretended everything was under control. He tried to bury emotions under distractions, conversations, and temporary comfort, yet your memory continued returning stronger than before. Your presence followed him during lonely nights when no one else could calm the emptiness inside his chest. The other woman noticed changes she could not explain because his heart no longer reacted with certainty. Distance started forming even while they remained close to each other physically. The energy around that connection became heavy, cold, and difficult to maintain. Type Amen 333 if you believe hidden truth is coming into light. Archangel Michael says the silence between you and this person carried messages beyond words. Every delayed conversation, every unfinished moment, and every memory still carried spiritual weight that refused to disappear. Heaven has been watching every emotional battle taking place behind closed doors. He hides his emotions carefully from everyone around him because fear has been controlling many of his choices. He became trapped between comfort and truth while trying to avoid pain for everyone involved. Inside his spirit, however, your name continues echoing louder each day. The other woman senses that his attention drifts far away when certain memories rise inside him. She notices moments when his eyes lose focus because another face appears in his heart. Even silence inside their relationship has started exposing what words can no longer hide. You have been feeling this shift deeply within yourself without needing confirmation from anyone. Your intuition has carried warnings, dreams, emotional waves, and strange moments of sadness that arrived without explanation. Nothing happening inside your spirit has been accidental. Type Amen 444 and receive emotional clarity today. Archangel Michael says your connection with this person was never ordinary. The bond reached deeper than attraction because it touched unfinished emotions that were never fully released. Even separation failed to destroy what heaven allowed to exist between both souls. He often replays old conversations in his mind while pretending he already moved on. Certain memories continue returning at unexpected times and leave him emotionally shaken afterward. The sound of your voice still lives inside places of his heart that nobody else has been able to reach. The other woman keeps trying to hold his attention, yet something continues slipping away from her grasp. She can feel emotional walls becoming stronger even during moments that once felt secure. The relationship has become filled with tension that neither side fully understands. Your season of confusion is slowly approaching its ending because hidden emotions can no longer stay buried forever. Truth rises when hearts grow tired of pretending. The universe has already started pushing situations toward exposure. Type Amen 777 if you are ready for hidden feelings to surface. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says he has spent many nights battling guilt in silence. He knows his heart still belongs somewhere else even while trying to fulfill obligations around him. The weight of pretending has exhausted his spirit more than anyone realizes. He watches your life quietly from a distance more often than you imagine. Small updates, memories, and reminders about you continue affecting his emotions deeply. Your energy still pulls him in despite every effort to resist it. The other woman feels insecure because emotional distance cannot stay hidden forever. Her spirit recognizes that part of him remains unavailable no matter how hard she tries to hold the relationship together. This creates arguments, silence, and emotional exhaustion between them. Meanwhile, heaven has been preparing your heart for revelation instead of rejection. The pain you carried was shaping your strength while unseen shifts unfolded in the background. Every delay carried purpose even when it felt unbearable. Type Amen 111 and declare peace over your heart. Archangel Michael says the person connected to your destiny fears losing stability while also fearing losing you forever. This emotional conflict has trapped him inside cycles of hesitation and silence. He keeps standing between two worlds that cannot exist together much longer. There are moments when he feels overwhelmed by memories connected to you. Certain songs, locations, scents, and late-night thoughts awaken emotions he tried desperately to suppress. Your connection continues surviving despite every attempt to erase it. The other woman has started noticing emotional absence in ways that disturb her deeply. She senses conversations becoming forced and affection becoming less natural. Even when he smiles, part of his spirit remains somewhere far away. You were never forgotten during this separation. Your name continued living inside prayers, regrets, and private thoughts hidden from the world. Heaven heard every silent emotion that neither of you managed to express openly. Type Amen 222 if restoration is entering your life. Archangel Michael says divine timing has been moving slowly because emotional healing needed to happen first. Rushed reunions often collapse under unresolved pain, so heaven allowed silence to teach both hearts valuable lessons. Growth has been taking place even during periods that seemed empty. He now understands that running from emotions only created deeper loneliness. Temporary distractions failed to replace the peace he once felt in your presence. His heart keeps returning toward the connection he tried hardest to avoid. The other woman senses his emotional confusion more each passing day. She feels distance growing despite attempts to create closeness. Their connection struggles because truth cannot thrive where hearts are divided. You may have cried in private while wondering why everything became so complicated. Those tears were not signs of weakness because heaven collected every one of them carefully. Your suffering has never been ignored. Type Amen 555 and receive strength for the season ahead. Archangel Michael says important conversations are approaching faster than expected. Hidden emotions can only stay buried for a limited amount of time before truth forces its way into the open. The pressure inside his spirit has become impossible to silence completely. He misses the emotional safety he felt with you. Your energy brought comfort that no one else has been able to recreate. Even after distance and separation, your presence still feels familiar to his soul. The other woman continues fighting for certainty while sensing instability around her relationship. Emotional imbalance creates tension that keeps growing stronger. Both hearts feel the connection weakening despite attempts to repair it. You are entering a season where confusion slowly transforms into understanding. Answers will begin appearing through conversations, signs, and unexpected emotional clarity. The fog surrounding this connection will not remain forever. Type Amen 888 and open the door to truth. Archangel Michael says there were outside influences that complicated this connection from the beginning. Fear, pride, timing, and emotional wounds created walls that delayed what your heart desired most. None of those obstacles managed to fully destroy the spiritual bond involved. He often wonders what life would look like if different choices had been made earlier. Regret visits him during quiet moments when distractions disappear and emotions become impossible to avoid. Your absence became louder than he expected. The other woman notices emotional exhaustion growing between them. Efforts to force happiness have created even greater distance. Silence inside the relationship now speaks louder than words. You have been transforming emotionally during this painful chapter. The version of yourself emerging from this season carries greater wisdom, strength, and emotional depth. Heaven never wastes suffering when shaping destiny. Type Amen 999 if breakthrough is near. Archangel Michael says someone is preparing to speak honestly after a long period of emotional hiding. The pressure inside his heart has reached a point where silence feels heavier than truth. Confession energy has started surrounding this connection strongly. He still remembers moments that seemed small at the time but now carry deep emotional meaning. Certain smiles, conversations, and memories replay repeatedly inside his thoughts. Love left fingerprints on his soul that time failed to erase. The other woman senses changes happening beyond her control. Emotional certainty keeps slipping away despite attempts to hold everything together. The connection weakens because divided hearts cannot remain stable forever. Your spiritual sensitivity has been increasing for a reason. Dreams, emotional waves, and sudden thoughts were preparing you for what approaches next. Heaven has been guiding your spirit carefully through every stage. Type Amen 1212 and welcome divine alignment. Archangel Michael says your heart deserves honesty instead of confusion. The waiting season has been painful because your soul longs for emotional truth rather than empty words. What was hidden will eventually stand exposed under divine timing. He knows he cannot continue pretending forever. The distance between his actions and true emotions has become emotionally exhausting. Your connection continues calling him back internally no matter how hard he resists. The other woman may continue trying to preserve the relationship, yet spiritual imbalance already exists beneath the surface. Emotional disconnect has created cracks impossible to ignore completely. Truth slowly rises through every silence. You are not being abandoned by heaven during this process. Delays have protected your emotional future in ways you cannot fully understand yet. Every closed door carried hidden purpose behind it. Type Amen 1010 if you trust divine timing. Archangel Michael says reconciliation energy grows stronger when both hearts stop running from truth. Emotional honesty opens doors that fear keeps locked for years. Heaven has been guiding this situation toward awakening little by little. He has begun realizing that peace disappears whenever he ignores what he truly feels inside. The connection with you carries emotional depth that refuses to fade. Your spirit remains attached to places inside him untouched by anyone else. The other woman feels uncertainty increasing around her relationship. Stability becomes difficult when emotional connection weakens beneath appearances. Even unspoken tension has become impossible to ignore now. A major emotional shift is approaching your path. The silence that once hurt you will eventually reveal hidden meaning behind every delay. Your story is not ending in the place where pain first appeared. Type Amen 1313 and receive unexpected blessings. Archangel Michael says heaven has heard every silent prayer connected to this relationship. Nothing spoken through tears was ignored. Your emotions carried spiritual weight even during nights when loneliness surrounded you completely. He struggles to silence memories because they arrive without warning. Thoughts about you appear during ordinary moments and suddenly change his entire mood. The emotional attachment remains stronger than he expected. The other woman notices emotional distance becoming permanent rather than temporary. Forced happiness cannot replace genuine emotional connection. Her spirit feels the shift even without full explanation. You are entering a season where hidden truths unfold one layer at a time. Patience will protect your peace while destiny rearranges situations around you. The emotional confusion surrounding this story cannot continue forever. Type Amen 1414 and declare emotional freedom today. Archangel Michael says this connection survived because it carried unfinished purpose. Temporary separation could not erase what destiny marked deeply between both hearts. Emotional truth always finds its way back into the light eventually. He carries guilt for the silence, confusion, and emotional distance that developed over time. Regret has followed him quietly through many sleepless nights. The weight of unspoken feelings grows heavier with each passing day. The other woman senses that part of his heart remains emotionally unavailable. Efforts to strengthen the relationship continue facing invisible resistance. Love cannot fully bloom where truth remains hidden. You are closer to clarity than you realize right now. Heaven has been aligning events carefully behind the scenes while preparing hearts for exposure and healing. What seemed delayed was actually being prepared properly. Type Amen 1515 if peace and restoration belong to you. Archangel Michael says the next chapter of your life will not resemble the pain of the previous season. Emotional darkness begins losing power once truth starts entering the situation. A new level of understanding approaches your heart. He knows your absence changed him deeply. Time apart forced him to confront emotions he once avoided completely. The silence became a mirror revealing truths he could no longer escape. The other woman continues feeling instability grow stronger around the relationship. Emotional certainty fades when hearts drift in different directions spiritually. What is built without emotional truth eventually weakens over time. Your soul has been learning endurance during this difficult journey. Heaven has been strengthening your emotional foundation while preparing you for what comes next. Every painful moment carried hidden transformation inside it. Type Amen 1616 and step into your season of clarity. Archangel Michael says important emotional decisions are forming behind closed doors right now. Internal battles have reached a turning point where pretending no longer feels sustainable. Truth has begun pressing heavily against every hidden emotion. He remembers how deeply understood he felt in your presence. That emotional safety continues haunting his spirit because he has struggled to find it anywhere else. Your connection touched places within him that changed permanently afterward. The other woman notices increasing emotional detachment despite attempts to maintain closeness. The relationship struggles under pressure created by divided feelings. Silence between them now carries emotional heaviness difficult to ignore. You were chosen to experience growth through this season instead of destruction. Heaven protected your spirit during moments that could have broken you completely. Your story continues moving toward revelation. Type Amen 1717 if your breakthrough is already forming. Archangel Michael says the waiting season will not last forever. Emotional truth rises slowly, yet once it begins surfacing, nothing can fully stop it anymore. Destiny has already started shifting important pieces behind the scenes. He feels drawn toward you even while trying to resist the connection outwardly. The bond continues calling his spirit back repeatedly. Your energy remains impossible for him to fully release. The other woman senses emotional separation becoming stronger than physical closeness. Efforts to save appearances cannot repair what hearts no longer align with naturally. Hidden tension continues growing quietly between them. You are approaching a moment where understanding replaces confusion. The answers your heart longed for are slowly moving closer toward your reality. Heaven has not forgotten the desires carried inside your soul. Type Amen 1818 and receive the blessing meant for your life. Archangel Michael says your heart is being guided toward peace, clarity, and emotional truth. The pain of this chapter will not define your entire future. What heaven prepares after heartbreak often carries deeper meaning than what was lost before. He continues fighting emotions that refuse to disappear despite every distraction placed in front of him. Memories connected to you remain alive because the spiritual bond never fully ended. Your presence still moves through his thoughts like an unshakable echo. The other woman stands inside a connection already weakened by emotional division. Stability becomes impossible when love lacks full honesty. Truth always rises eventually no matter how long silence delays it. My beloved child, continue protecting your peace while heaven completes what you cannot control yourself. Your tears were seen, your prayers were heard, and your story is still unfolding beyond what your eyes can currently see. The silence was never empty because destiny has been moving quietly the entire time. Type Amen 2020 and claim the blessings coming toward you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.